Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
J360 Radio.
Hey, what's going on, J360 Legion? Welcome to another J360 Mini Bite, hosted by J.M. Brady, and I am your host, J.M. Brady. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh, man. Where the hell have I been at, huh? I mean, it feels like, I know I haven't given you guys a show. Did I give you guys shows last week? Yeah, I know I did. I had to have. Yeah, I know I did. Yeah, I had to. See, this is what happens when, you're trying so hard to be on that long-running schedule, and you try to go about doing this stuff to the point where, you don't take any breaks, and you start to forget. It, like, 2 days sometimes feels like 2 weeks, I mean, I knew Maintenance Monday went too smooth this week, because there wasn't really any maintenance to do. Like, I was sitting back chilling, you know what I mean? For once in my life, I actually didn't have to do too much. It was weird, and I like the taste of it, and I hope I get some more of them, you know what I'm saying? But, to be honest, those things should come at a rare occasion, too, because, you know what I mean? That's just the taste of what's going to happen when All Hail J-Man Week comes here next week. I mean, not next week, next month. Wish it was next month. Oh, wait. See? Already confused you all. I did my job, so, hey, welcome back, J-Man, right? Man, but in all seriousness, though, sometimes that happens to us when we do what we think we're doing and call it multitasking. I've noticed this from a lot of people. They say, oh, I'm good at multitasking. I'm good at doing so many things at once. Yeah, they're good at doing so many things at once. Technology helps, but then comes the point where it's like they're really not multitasking. They're just getting a bunch of things half started and half finished. And because of the idea of multitasking and the fact that our daily employers and demanding task in our life demands us to constantly do these things in order to survive, we think we're actually succeeding in some way. I mean, because in their mind, they figure, hey, one associate or one employee could do the task of 3 to 5 employees, and all sorts of other things. But at the same time, most things usually should be around like 2 tasks that you could probably get done. It's kind of like that at my day job. I got this one lazy moron there, and he expects everybody to go ahead and get a bunch of like 5 things done at once. Now, I don't know what goes on in his brain. Actually, I do. Nothing. But at the end of the day, let's assume that person that I'm talking about is smart. What would help is if he would handle the 2 tasks that he needs to do, and I handle the 2 tasks that I need to do. And then we meet in the middle somewhere on that 3rd task. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same way like when you're working with other people on a production. Now, production, that's crazy as hell because, you have a whole crew, a whole team, and everybody's working, hip to hip just to get things done. Like, you got your sound guy, your lighting person, your director of photography, his camera assistant. And then you got the second camera assistant who's working the slate. That's a whole crew working to get that done. And, of course, the script supervisor and the other person that's in charge with making sure that we follow everything according to the T on our call sheets and on our organization. The thing is that people don't understand how to do that right because guess what? That's hiring too many people, right? Goes against the whole idea of working together in their mind. Because we want to overwork this so-and-so. And like I said, as we delve into multitasking, sometimes our brain is playing a pretty good trick on us because we're not exactly masters of multitasking. And I've noticed that as I was trying to work on too many projects at once. I mean, I was throwing J360 TV to you on the left side of things, and I was throwing J360 radio to you on the right side of things. And we're about to go into a whole new year soon. So, a lot of the J360 TV stuff can wait until 2020, to be honest with you. which I worked on the lineup for, and another reason why I wasn't around. I think Ron Swanson put it best. Don't half-ass so many things. One ass one thing. All ass one thing. Sorry to mess that quote up. I haven't seen Parks and Recs in a while as of late. Speaking of which, I know this. They also have The Office, Parks and Recs, and a bunch of other NBC-based shows going on to the NBC streaming service called The Peacock. Boy, you can come with so many jokes on that. Too easy, though. And then, of course, you got Disney Plus, and you got HBO Max. I think HBO Max is going to host a new Boondock series. In case you didn't realize, the Boondocks are coming back. And boy, do we need them, because y'all are acting a fool over those chicken sandwiches. Matter of fact, I managed to get a chicken sandwich today from KFC. I still don't see what all the noise is about. I still don't get it. And then the whole thing about Popeyes is like y'all act like y'all never ate boneless chicken breast before. What a time to be alive. Among other things. But I'll save that for my year in review. Jeez. All in all, though, I mean, that day off was pretty cool because it gave me the idea to do another event, which I'll write down in the book. And it's not going to happen this September, but maybe next September it probably will. Because I would like to do 2 events back to back. I would like to do one in September, which was supposed to be Mad Monarchy. And then I wanted to do one in October, which obviously is coming. 2nd year of doing it, by the way. The J360 Monster Fest. And which, by the way, I got the movie lineups right here for you all. We're going to actually take a look at some of the movies that dealt with the monster crossovers. Such as like House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and of course, the classic all-time hit, The Monster Squad. Now, some of y'all probably don't care for The Monster Squad, but you see, the thing about The Monster Squad is, that movie is pretty much like the first 2 movies altogether for a newer audience. And I think at one time they did a remake for House of Frankenstein that came on, I think it was either NBC or ABC, it was one of them. But it was very well done. Practical effects, nice and gory, and it was just perfect. Even for a TV movie. Which, by the way, we need more of those. It's just like, how can I put it? It's just that was the time to be alive for this stuff. And speaking of which, got a lot of cool stuff on Tubi, too, because this is that perfect time of the season where we're getting all of those classic monster movies like we're supposed to. I mean, it's just going to be a pretty fun event this year. And, I wouldn't mind, because I worked on the hotline a little bit. Anybody who listens to any of these J360 shows, you're welcome to go ahead and call in and chime in on a few things if you want to. Feel free to join in on the Monster Fest. Get involved. Let's build this community up a little bit. Even for the New Warriors Podcast Network. If you know what I mean. And speaking of which, as another reason for my little hiatus there, I wanted to go ahead and get all that stuff laid out and get it all ready for you. So, even though this mini-bite seems kind of be on the bare bones, well, I'm back in college too, and I gotta admit this, my grades are looking good. Especially getting away from it all. But it's just not the same without giving you guys an episode for the week. It just isn't. I like going ahead and doing these shows for you all. I know, like I told you guys, that there was going to be a preview for J360 TV to happen this Monday. Yeah, apparently it just wasn't. Overslept came in. Another side effect of, quote, multitasking. When you use your brain too much, you get tired. You get ready to just say, what the hell with it. I ain't good for it today. And I'm going to tell you this, right? A half asleep J-Man is not good for you guys. Not at all. Because, at the end of the day, all you're going to get is dead air and a lot of... I don't know. I recorded myself one time. I mean, I actually sat there. This is one of those behind-the-scenes kind of things I should say for the Patreon. But, man, I came home from work that one night. I mean, I was doing the work of pretty much the whole crew. And I was sitting there in the back. And this was after closing shift. And I was going to try to do a late-night show for you all. And, man, I was drained. I couldn't even get, the first part of the intro ready for you all. The cold opens and stuff. I was gone. And see, the point about that is it's like, yeah, we're not going to try this experiment. That's over with. Big time. And indeed, I wouldn't bet on anybody. Maybe you'll probably get a somewhat drunk J-Man if I wasn't busy trying to, do other things. I really don't drink anymore, so it's one of them kind of things. Making a lot of changes in my life, y'all. You know what I mean? Being a responsible 30-something instead of a, slovenly, irresponsible 30-something like you guys are used to seeing at GameStop or whatever. And no. Don't get mad. Take the joke. There's a lot of that going on, too. We got to stop that. We got to come together as a group. Which, by the way, is what episode 118 is going to be about. We're going to get to the bottom of hypersensitivity, at least for this week. And we're going to find out why certain people say, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make recovery, I'm going to go ahead and make these changes, make these changes, and I'm going to stand to a higher grandstand of who I am and be a better example. Yeah, we're going to get to the bottom of all that stuff after a while, because, see, sometimes when people just say things like this, it's oftentimes just, it's words, It sounds good at the time. And then there's that moment where you realize that people are just, sure, they're good for maybe about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But then there comes that point where it's like, they just don't follow through. And we're going to talk a lot about that because there's a little term for it. And this is a little hint for tomorrow's activity at 10. Crutching. That's exactly what it's called. No offense to anybody out there that's disabled. So a lot of y'all can't help yourselves. But the truth is that's what it's called when somebody sits there, says they're going to make a change and they're going to do something about it, but they don't even give an ounce of what is necessary to make good on that. That's why some people are sitting there to this day, still holding out on someone to follow through and pay a bill, rather than just say, you know what, never loan that person money again. Pay it yourself. Or say like somebody has a show that they need to follow through on and they have not scheduled when that new episode is coming. Or when they have not told you that, hey, guess what? There's just not going to be an episode today. It's going to come tomorrow. Or it's going to come next week. Little things like that. And then they wonder why nobody believes them after a while when it comes time to pitch and sell that idea. So we're going to get to the bottom of all of that on the J-Man Show 118 tomorrow. So please come back to J360 Radio for that. And this is your mini bite, and I am J.M. Brady, signing off. Peace.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.